Don't these women realize the pattern? I mean, they waste their prime and want to settle down during their decline. After having fun and not doing your work, it's not okay to show up at the office and ask for a raise. Extrapolate this idea to the world of dating, and you'll understand what it means. Having experience is required to get promoted, as long as that experience has to do with how to be a loyal partner and looking for solutions. Experience in bed is not what men look for. The objectification of both men and women is turning the dating scene into a mess. Even if you're a gentleman, the woman you date might be looking for someone else. Then she dumps you in favor of Chad, and when she gets ghosted, she thinks all the men are bad people. No, they're not. She just chose bad prospects, and now she wants the next guy to accept her past?
This analogy to describe, would you purchase a car that had a high mileage, though it had other redeeming factors to it, maybe new windows, new tires, new everything?
Of course not. Yeah, I would not buy a car with a high mileage, of course, but you cannot. Let
me finish.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
The reason why I use that was because everything stems from that.
Mm-hmm.
So if the foundation isn't set, there's nothing else to build upon. So if she has a promiscuous past, everything else, she might be a fantastic person. She might be smart. She might be intelligent, whatever. The most important foundational root, though, is tainted.
Okay, yeah.
The seed is off.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, you can't plant a tree that's going to grow with great fruit if the seed is off.
Damn.
Yeah, you're free to think that way. Not all men think that way, though. I'm just saying, but you're free to, yeah.
No. Men all think this way.
Newton's third law is something modern women hardly understand. Anyway, in today's video, you'll get to know a lot about the mental processes women go through when they ride the decarousal, why they end up going for bad options, and why men are increasingly tired of modern women's changing behavior. Stick around because I'm sure you're going to love this one. But before we go any further, let me share the comment of the day. Shout out to Down to Stand Up. He said, when the entire mechanisms of a society are predicated on catering to one specific gender, how could there not be double standards? You are absolutely right. Well said. Please don't forget to reach out to us by email to claim your $5 for that comment of the day. As usual, guys, I'll pick one comment from each video. It may be the funniest, the most liked, or one that touched me, so don't forget to leave a comment and you may be our next winner. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons too, as it helps a lot, guys. And now, back to the video.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever.
Any decent grown-up adult is aware that every action has consequences. In fact, men need to learn this the hard way early on, whereas women tend to enjoy more concessions just because they've got certain chromosomes. Men get rejected sooner than women, so men tolerate rejection way more and just man up to face adversities. You know, that's where the expression comes from, man up. Sorry for sounding so misogynistic. Jokes aside, a woman doesn't face rejection that often, so when she gets a reality check, she just can't accept it. During her prime, a woman has access to many exclusive experiences and places as long as she's slightly beautiful. The bar is not set too high for her, whereas men her age are hardly getting any privileges or VIP treatment unless he's a successful individual who ticks all the boxes that he had to work for on his own. Despite the equality narratives, men and women ain't the same, period. Many men wished a woman would understand their struggles, but once he gets emotional, down there gets as dry as the Sahara Desert. And let's not forget about how being nice can backfire on you.
Give me an example of a nice guy.
It's kind of like a guy without a backbone that like puts a girl on a pedestal. I think of like Sierra. Or like Russell Wilson and Sierra.
Oh, okay.
Like who did she really want, Russell or Future? You know.
Many women claim they want nice guys, but end up falling for Chad and Tyrone. No wonder why men are tired of trying too hard and getting nothing in return. A man who brings flowers, opens doors, and pulls out chairs for women is doing too much. And by the way, these actions don't only apply to simps, but also to high-value men who have each and every metric of their lives sorted out. Russell Wilson is a football superstar, yet he's too nice compared to Future. cheater, who's a guy who would never say sorry if his girl catches him cheating. Or he might, and then he cheats again, and then, yeah, you know how it goes.
She belongs to the streets.
These modern times have proven over and over again that nice guys, including those with on-point finances and fitness, have a hard time in the dating scene. These men genuinely wanted to become better to eventually land a faithful partner, but this noble goal has become nothing but a dream or excessive aspirations, if that makes sense. Women go on dating profiles and TikTok asking men to have emotional awareness, good communication skills, and all that jazz. Honestly, I'm a big fan of those virtues, but if these women really want to get a man who ticks those boxes, they should be the ones ticking them in the first place. Men are tired of figuring out how much is too much and how much is too little. They're guessing that's just how female nature operates, and in fact, many men feel bad once they use some tactics to get women to desire them. For example, you might be available and can reply to her quickly, but if you do, she'll end up thinking you're not that interesting or you don't have much going on for you. So you prefer ignoring her deliberately to play hard to get and make her want you more. That's indeed very sad and far from genuine and authentic, and yet it works. Plus, dealing with her girl's nights out or whimsical attitude is a deal breaker.
And if he's showing all of the right signs, like good communication skills, like he's showing me that he's like, he wants me. Yeah. I would definitely have a conversation. And in that conversation, I would gauge what kind of man he is. Is he asking and he feels uncomfortable for X, Y, and some of those reasons to me wouldn't be valid, but some of them, and I think a certain man could show me, and I'd be like, you know what, maybe that's not the best idea. If we were dating and a man's uncomfortable, then I'm absolutely going to listen.
Last question.
But I'm not going to, if that becomes a habit that every time I want to go out with my friends, you're like, no, stay in, I don't like that.
This is a headache to a guy, of a girl that doesn't listen and he has to argue with every time he asks her to do something. It's like a headache.
Take a look at his chick. She's very attractive and even recognizes that the man she's hanging out with is a good catch. He's got good communication skills, i.e., he's not ghosting her like Chad or Tyrone, he's transparent and loyal, etc. She even claims he's got all the good signs, but him asking her not to hang out with her female friends, who might be single, is a huge no-no. Give me a break. A modern woman is willing to exit a relationship just for some validation, attention, and fun with her female friends. Well, let me clarify. A man who sets these boundaries is rarely telling her to just delete her friends. As much as some men are very controlling, the majority just don't want their chicks to go to the club for obvious reasons. We know how men think. This is a huge example of double standards. If a modern woman reflected on what her boyfriend could get exposed to in the club, she'll think twice about going out with her female friends.
This is a dream world hypothetical scenario. Would you be okay with your long-term monogamous partner going to a nightclub, bar, or party type environment where throughout the course of the night, he's going to get approached, flirted with, and sexually pursued by numerous attractive women, some of which are more attractive than you and could potentially be a better partner than you, and these women are buying him drinks, getting him drunk, and enthusiastically want to sleep with him that night and steal him away from you. And his single manho friends are rallying, being a bad influence. You're gonna tell me you'd be okay with that.
Would you guys be okay with that?
That's not necessarily what happens on a night out.
I don't know if you noticed, but he described what
so
woman...
that's exactly what's going on?
Wait, what?
In the situation?
Yeah.
He described is what women go through all the time.
Unless you're super famous, guys are not going to have...
Unless you're super famous.
Yeah, I'm talking
in general.
Average women get this experience that I just described. So...
Average women.
Yeah.
Average women.
Not every woman.
Average
not every
woman.
woman,
in general?
Average women do.
But most... Okay.
I get it.
You're going to tell me you'd be okay with that.
Okay, no, not with that. Definitely no.
So you can see how this can be a little contradictory, because none of you would be okay with it, right? But then you say guys should be okay with girls going out all the time, but that's exactly the scenario.
She didn't say
that. Oh,
that.
you didn't say that. But you two mainly said that.
Yeah, like why are you guys asking us this question unless you think like every guy does it at a
You
club?
got speak into the microphone, please.
So I was asking like why would you ask the question unless you think like every other guy does that in the club? Like you asked the question for a reason. Like
the reason why he asked this question. She was asking why are you asking that question? The reason why he asked that question is because we were receiving criticism for saying like it's a deal breaker if a girl's regularly going to clubs without us. That situation that he just described, that you guys wouldn't be okay with happening to your boyfriend, that happens to women all the time.
Think about it. Women getting hit on.
Which is why we're saying we're not okay with our long-term partners putting themselves in situations like that.
Yeah, and that's why I'm asking why you asked a question. Is like that what people like go through like at the club?
Yeah, that's guys don't go through that.
You're saying you're saying you're not okay with him.
No,
that situation as he just described, but you guys were criticizing us, like looking at us like we were weirdos for not wanting our girlfriends to go clubbing.
I understand exactly what you guys are saying.
It's funny how society wants men to accept breadcrumbs and overall things they're not comfortable with. And look, the funny thing is that many men are not even allowing unfairness to rule the relationship, meaning they're not telling women to stay in while they go to the club and bang 304s left and right. The beautiful days of committed relationships, loyalty, and all that jazz are coming to an end. Or so it would appear. The rise of MGTOW and passport bros is nothing but a consequence of this insane modern dating scene. Some men choose singlehood to avoid the trouble of the beginning stages of relationships, aka proving themselves and making small mistakes that could make her go away, while others prefer traditional women who listen and respect their spouses. The bottom line is to be proactive and find solutions. The strong and independent woman will realize sooner or later that she wants a man to settle down with, but if she thinks Chad will be a good candidate, she'll only get disappointed. Stay strong, guys. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it is your turn. What do you think? Will these women ever realize that Chad does what he wants? And most importantly, will the strong and independent woman narrative go away from the minds of modern women? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you leave the best comment, you will get $5. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video, guys. Till next time.